Hello, welcome to Stamp Designs with Denise. I'm Denise Johnson in Bedford, New Hampshire, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some alternate projects using the Paper Pumpkin September kit, Hello Pumpkin. So Paper Pumpkin is a monthly crafting subscription kit from Stampin' Up! That delivers right to your door. In the box, you will receive each month. You will have materials you need to craft with ease, from adhesives to pre-cut papers, embellishments, ribbons, anything that you need to complete the projects included, including a small Stampin' spot, which looks like that. All you need to do is follow the crafting instructions and assemble the pieces to create incredible cards and projects, exactly as they've shown them on the direction sheet. But you can feel free to let your creativity flow and personalize your Paper Pumpkin craft. Today I'm going to be making 4 alternate cards with the supplies in the Hello Pumpkin September kit. And I'm going to show you how, even though you may not like the project that's included in the kit, you can use it to make projects that you do want and you do like and you are going to share. If you're not already a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, a link will be included in the description of this video so that you can sign up. And anyone that subscribes with me will also get a monthly PDF file emailed to them that contains at least 10 alternate cards or projects using each month's kit. So you have so many options when you get this monthly kit. So this kit, the September kit, contained all the supplies to make 20 of these cracker containers, I guess, cracker boxes. So it comes with 20 of these. They're pre-scored, pre-cut, and then it came with all sorts of embellishments to stamp the sentiments and then design. So whether you liked Halloween or you're not a Halloween fan, you could make them all up to have a fall theme rather than Halloween. So these are just a few I've put together, and then the alternate projects I have today are actually going to be all cards. So I just wanted to show you, though, if you did receive this kit, how easy it is to assemble one of these cracker boxes. So I'm just punching out the little die cut shapes, and then they're all scored. So I'm just going to fold right on the score lines. And then on the ends as well. And all the adhesive that you need is included. So this one came with these strip adhesives, which you would use to put your cracker box together. So I peeled one off. I'm going to place it. I'm going to, they're double-sided, so you can decide which side you want to show. I want the Halloween side to show, I guess. So I'm going to put this right on the end here. Peel off the tab. And then just attach it to the other side. And then it did come with some twine, which you can then cut and tie the ends. And then I have separated all of the elements that came with it. I've cut out all these die cut, not cut out, I've just punched them out from that, and then I have put them all in separate envelopes. There were so many embellishments with this kit that I put them all in separate envelopes so that I could keep track of them and they didn't end up all over the place. So really cute, some really cute elements have come with this, and you can really create a lot of these cracker boxes and then also additional cards. So if you were wondering what would fit inside of this, I did bring some candy out to kind of show you. I think kisses would be really great. They fit right inside there. Probably get 4 or 5 kisses in there. I think I got 5 in there. So that would be really cute on your Thanksgiving table or to hand out for trick-or-treaters. Let's see, I also have some of these Hershey nuggets. Maybe only 2 of those would fit in there. You don't want to overload it. You don't want to get too many yet. 2 Hershey nuggets. Probably my husband's favorite are these Reese's peanut butter cups. You could probably get a couple peanut butter cups in there. Yep, those fit. And then the other candy I had were the Dove chocolates. So you probably get, I can't get my peanut butter cups out. That one got stuck. There it comes. So you probably fit about 3 Dove chocolates in here as well. So see, so lots of options for sweets that you can put in there. There's probably, if you don't want to give sweets to kids, or you could probably find some little plastic spiders or other type of Halloween treats that you can put in there that are non-candy related. So I just wanted to show you what fit inside of there. And now, these were the directions that came with it. So as you saw, I made some of these cracker boxes based on the directions. And then on the back, it tells you the coordinating stamping colors that are included in this. So I have those stamp sets. So I'm going to use these colors. I like that it tells me the coordinating colors because it makes it very easy to coordinate with your projects then. So, and as I did say, the Stampin' Spot, the Cajun Craze Stampin' Spot was included in the kit. You always get 1 coordinating ink spot when you receive the kit. So let's get started on our alternate cards. I'm going to I use most of the elements from the kit and then some papers and a few other supplies. So all of that will be in the description of my video on my blog, so that you can, if you're interested in making these, you can look it up there and find out. But this is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4, so that will be our card base. I have a pumpkin pie layer that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I have a Whisper White layer that's 4 by 5 1/4. And then all these other elements came from the kit. So this does come with a stamp set. So it had some different sentiments for Halloween and Thanksgiving, a witch's hat, a pumpkin, and some other. So for this card, I'm going to use, they had a little flower stamp and 2 leaf stamps. So I am going to stamp these, and like I said, in the coordinating colors. So for this one, I'm going to use Pumpkin Pie, Old Olive, and Bumblebee. Let me make sure I'm in my video frame. So I am going to just randomly stamp these coming down the side of my paper. So the first one I did was Bumblebee. This one's going to be an Old Olive using another leaf. And then my last one is going to be the flower shape in the pumpkin pie. And let's get my other elements out here. So for my sentiment, this is more of a fall themed card, so I'm going to do actually I'm going to do Hello Pumpkin because I have a little pumpkin that I'm going to put on it. So I'm going to stamp that in the pumpkin pie ink. Didn't quite. I'm trying to do it with my head in the way, so my camera's in the way of my head, I should say. So let's pull out another label and try that one more time. I'm going to move it down here so I can see it better. There we go. That was better. So all of the adhesives that you need come in the kit. It actually comes with Stampin' Dimensionals and glue dots. So I am going to use those to attach these. I'm using my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of my pumpkin. And I do actually have some adhesive. I'm going to use that to attach my sentiment right here. Add my pumpkin. And then I have a couple of the leaf dies from the kit that I will attach with the glue dots. Now I'm going to use adhesive, my seal, to attach this to my pumpkin pie layer. I'm going to fold my card base, burnish the end, attach my card layer, and there we have a nice, bright, festive fall card. So let me just move my inks, put these away, and I'll get my next card out. So this next card also has a Whisper White base of 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. We'll just fold that right away so it's all ready. I have a Cajun Craze layer, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and a Whisper White layer that's 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then what I want to do is I'm going to actually use one of these cracker boxes and cut it so that I have it as a layer on the front of my card. So using my paper trimmer, I'm going to cut it right here along that first score line. So I'm not going to use that. And I'm going to cut it on the other side on that score line. Save this for another project. And then this is going to be 3.5 inches long. So what I'm going to do is layer this on the middle here and use that as my center. But first, on this Whisper White layer, I'm going to stamp the pumpkin in the Cajun Craze ink. All around the outside of this layer. Like that. So let's get some of our layers done then. That's going to be attached to the Cajun Craze layer. This one's going to be right in the middle. And then I have some of the elements from the die cut from the kit. So I'm going to attach those there. And then I have already stamped this. This is also Hello Pumpkin. And I'm going to attach that on that. So let's attach our layers here. I'm going to use some dimensionals on my pumpkin. And then I can stick a glue dot on the end of that and tuck it in behind my pumpkin. So I don't know if you have this problem. I end up with those little glue dot covers all over the house. Sometimes they're even down in the basement and I'm up on the second floor and they just seem to multiply and they stick to my clothing, I guess, and I carry them all over the place. So let's put a little dimensional on the end. The glue dot's going to stick to this pumpkin here, and then the glue dot's on the other end, so it stands up a little bit like that. And then we're going to attach this to our card base. And there we have our second fall card. Using most of the elements that come in that kit, and then just some Whisper White paper and some layering colors. So let's get our next card out. So I have Whisper White layer, which is 4 by 5 1/4, a basic black layer that's 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I'm going to use one of these pieces that we just cut on that last card. I have a card base that's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4, and then I have some of these elements from the kit. So I'm going to take out these little triangles. I'm going to use those on this card, and I'm going to get my paper trimmer out and trim this some more. So what I want to do, my vision for this card is this is going to be down here. The cat's going to sort of be standing on it, maybe like a fence or a wall. And then I want to put a moon behind him. So let me grab my sponges. Okay, so Stampin' Up! Sells a package of Stampin' sponges, 3 in a package, and then I cut them into wedges like this. 6 wedges out of 1 sponge. And I have a 2-inch circle punch. And I'm going to punch a circle in the middle of my scrap paper here. And I want a piece of scrap paper under here so I don't get ink everywhere. So this is the layer I'm going to use, and what I want to do is I want to create that moon on here for my cat. So just trying to decide how high I want it. Probably right about there is good. And I'm going to use the Bumblebee ink and my sponge. And I'm going to add some color here to the center of my, what's going to turn out to be my moon in the sky. Okay, and then to give it a little bit more dimension, I'm going to use the Cajun Craze just around the edges of this. So I just want to go in lightly and add some of the Cajun Craze at the edges. Okay, so then I don't want my background to be white. I want it to be more like a night sky. So I have Misty Moonlight. And then I'm going to take that circle that we just punched and cover my moon and sort of work some darker blue around it. Then I have the Seaside Spray, and I'm going to fill in the rest of the sky with more blue. Take that up, and there we go. There's our Halloween sky. So this is going to come here. So I think I'm going to attach that, and then I need to trim it with some paper snips because it's a little long. So line that up down there. Trim off the edges. I'm going to attach our cat, maybe with some dimensionals. Pop him up a little bit. Now I have these that I wanted to use as well, and I have a piece of the black twine from the kit, and what I wanted to do was I cut these in half and I can make a little banner. So I'm going to tape this on the back. And then attach these with some dimensionals, or glue dots. Probably need just one more. And there we have our banner, and I thought I had a sentiment for this, but let me get one out. Of the kit. Okay, so we're going to use one of these labels from the kit, and I'm going to do the Have a Happy Halloween stamp. And I'm going to stamp that in the pumpkin pie. So let's attach this. I think I'll do that down there. Use some dimensionals on our sentiment. Put our little squiggly underneath it. And I also had a black flower I was going to attach on here. There we go. There's our Halloween cat with the moon. And let's get this all layered. We should add a little bow on our banner. So maybe if I do about 8 inches. Use a glue dot, maybe right here on the side. Put my bow right there. I'm going to trim the edges a little. Get this on our card base. This set really has so many die elements in it that the choices are endless for alternate cards and projects. So there's our Halloween card done. Okay, and then our last card. I have my card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a Cajun Craze layer that is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. My Whisper White layer is 4 by 5 1/4. And these are the elements from the kit. And then I also have a whole bunch of the flowers and leaves and squigglies. And what I want to do is sort of make a little bit of a half wreath on the front of my card. So the first thing I want to do is I wanted this to be a little bit yellow, but the yellows that we all have are a little bit darker than I like. So I am going to actually sponge and add color to this myself, just very lightly add in this yellow color. It's So Saffron. Just to kind of give it, take away the brightness of the white and give it a subtle color on the back. And that's all I wanted to do with that. And then I'm going to emboss it with the brick and mortar embossing folder. So let's see if I have enough room to put this on my table here to do with you. Chances are when I come back I'm going to have lost something. I always manage to lose something in the middle of my videos. So I have my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I am doing a 3D embossing folder, so I need this base plate. I need the embossing folder with my paper. And then plate number 4 goes on the top. So they're all numbered, so number 4 goes on the top. And then I will run that through. And there you can see the brick embossing now on my paper. So I want to make, I'm just going to lightly add some pencil marks on this because I want to sort of line up my wreath. So just along the top here and just along the bottom here. It's very light on there so I can see it, and then I don't think I need my scrap paper anymore. So then I have all these elements, and I'm actually going to put a little bit of tape right along that mark so that as I lay my elements down, they adhere to that, I hope. There we go. So like I have some squigglies, and then told you I was going to lose something. I lost my sentiment element that I was going to use on the front. Here they are. So this is going to go like this, and then that will be my sentiment. And I'm actually going to stamp that right now. Cajun Craze. Attach this to this. Okay, and now we're going to continue on here with our creating our wreath. Okay, so there, I sped up that video so that you didn't have to painstakingly watch me make this, lay down and lay out each individual piece. But as you can see at the end, I added some dimensionals for the sentiment, and then I popped up some of the flowers as well to give it a little bit of dimension. And now we're just gonna layer it all and get it back, get it all together. So I'm layering that on the Cajun Craze, and then we will attach that to our card base. And then we're going to add some sparkle. So I have these champagne rhinestone basic jewels. So I'm just going to put those in some of these flower centers. And there we go. That gives our card a little bit of sparkle. And then let's bring in our other cards. We had our cat card. We had our Hello Pumpkin, using the elements from the cracker box. And then our other Hello Pumpkin, using the stamps with the leaves. And there we go. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to leave a little sparkle wherever you go. Have a great day.